What's up, official Black tax preparers? My name is Lee Campbell, and I am your girl for content, AI, branding, marketing, all of the above. And if your content is boring, let's talk about it, sis. Let's talk about it, sis. Let's talk about it, bro. So I'm just over here editing, doing some editing on some client work. So don't mind me if I'm not making eye contact. And let me know if you guys are watching, and let me know if you guys are watching the replay. Because the thing about being in the finance industry is it traditionally is not the most exciting industry, right? It's not like doing hair, or doing makeup, or food, right? These are things that people normally are interested in, beauty products, stuff like that. But nobody is really really interested in financial maintenance. Okay, that is what people think. They think that people don't care about it. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to post about it. You know? And so I think that keeps a lot of us from getting the clientele that we want because we think don't nobody want to hear about it. We think, and another thing y'all think incorrectly is that everybody do taxes, and so people are tired of seeing people who do taxes. The reason why you think everybody do taxes is because you do taxes. So you see everybody who does taxes. But for me, well, I'm not a good example because my clients are all in the tax industry. But for the average person, we don't know a bunch of people that do taxes. We don't. And the people that we do know, we don't even be knowing half the time that they do taxes either because they don't ever talk about it. And so what I get from talking and observing people is they're really just afraid of not knowing what to post. What are people interested? What are they not interested in? You know, how do I stay relevant in this industry? Maybe I do feel like it's saturated. Maybe I do feel like, how do I stand out? And those are all great questions to have. Those are great questions to have, you guys, because that is how you do stand out. You stand out by first understanding that you don't want to blend in. And so posting the same flyers that you've been posting for 4 years is not the trick. It's not the trick. It's not the way. What you have to do is get creative. Okay? I know you guys see the AI. That's why I love working with the AI, because that is what gets people attention. Okay? That is what gets people attention all day long. I've been doing AI headshots for the last couple of days. And when I tell y'all they look so good, they make you, I don't care if you're doing this out of your basement. They will make you look like you at the Trump Tower. Okay? So using AI is such a hack for us as business owners to truly level the playing field and truly stand out. But I don't see a lot of people using it. They not using it, man. Y'all not using this stuff. And all y'all keep doing is posting the same flyers, them same tips. I don't want to say that nobody wants to see that, but it's kind of like with marketing, one of the things you got to understand you have to do is you have to wrap the candy in vegetables. Okay? You have to wrap the candy in vegetables, because normally people are not looking for certain things, but they are looking for candy. Our brains crave interesting things. not redundant, not monotone, but something that's intriguing. Okay? So, videos, reels, TikToks, that is key. That is key to really, really grabbing your audience's attention. Even doing lives such as this. You want your content to stand out. You want your content to be interesting, because when it is, when you've clocked it, when you start getting that result you want, that's when the money comes. First comes attention. Then comes retention. Okay? First get their attention. Then you're able to convert them into customers. So when you're creating your content, you have to look the part. You got to look like something somebody want to watch. You got to sound like something somebody watch. You got to talk about something that somebody want to watch. Okay? You got to figure out who is your target audience. That's another thing. That's another thing that I see we don't do. We don't know who our target audience is. Or I won't even say that we don't know, but we don't really get specific. Okay? We don't get specific about who our target audience is. And so it comes across as if we're talking to anybody and everybody. I'm sitting here in a tax professionals group because I am talking to tax professionals. That's my target audience. That's a blanket topic of my target audience. Then I could break that down even further and say, okay, what is the pain point of this particular group of people? One thing I understand, making their own content. They don't want to do that. Okay? Making their own content. Now, who doesn't want to do that, and they have the money to invest in someone doing it for them, where they feel as if, I got money. Money is not the question. Time is now the question. So I work with so many people that they feel like, oh, don't nobody got money. Nah. First of all, everybody has money, because everybody, I mean, unless you're like, unemployed or homeless. Even homeless people have money. Everybody has money, but not everybody spends it on the same things. Somebody got a $100,000 car right now, but they won't spend money to get a CRM for themselves. They won't spend money on a mentor. They won't spend money on running that. Right? So the problem wasn't that they didn't have money. It's that they didn't want to spend it on certain items. They didn't believe in it. They didn't see the value in it. And so that is why knowing what your particular audience is struggling with and that they want to get help with is key. Because if you're targeting people that don't really, it's not really a pain point, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. And that's what your content is about. Your content is about figuring out what the pain point is and talking about it over and over and over and over again. So many of us think that content has to be complicated. It is not complicated, friend. It is not complicated. It does not have to be complicated. All it has to do is be consistent. All you have to do is be consistent. And that's another problem with my target audience. They can't be consistent because they don't have time. Okay? See, with my clientele, money is not the issue. So you got to decide who you want to work with. If you want to work with all the people struggling, they're going to be struggling. And you're going to be struggling because you're trying to work with the struggle bus. God bless them. That is why we have TurboTax and H&R Block and hell, you can file your taxes for free. But so you got to figure out what level of clientele do you want. Do you want to work with the person who doesn't care about filing taxes and definitely doesn't want to pay anybody? Because that's not everybody. Y'all have to understand that with your content, Stop being in your feelings about that person said this or who cares? Think about, remember all the people that will work with you. They will. And then you have to identify what is the value of you have to educate them on why come here versus there. Why come here versus there? Right? Stop trying to do this yourself. You're not getting where you want to go. You have to talk about that in your content. You got to talk about the pain that they're going through. You don't have to be, you can be funny. Be funny, you can be entertaining, but make sure you talk about that pain. Because ain't nothing more painful than getting audited by the IRS. Ain't nothing more painful than getting served because you going to court because of this happened and this happened and right? So you want to talk about what is their pain point keeping them up at night. I'm going to tell y'all something personal. But like, for some reason, my leg, well, I already know. I was sitting at my desk too long, okay? And my leg was like in so much pain when I was asleep, while I was in bed. Like, y'all, I know I'm not old now. Don't play with me. Don't play. But I'm getting up there a little bit. You know, my birthday coming up, Aquarius season, with my Aqua gang and Aqua gang. But I ain't that old to just be having aches and pains and shit just for no reason. And so when my body was hurting, I was in like excruciating. I won't say excruciating pain. That sounds dramatic. But let's just say it. I was in excruciating pain. And I tried to like ignore it. I tried to, you know, I had my little heating pads, you know, put the little heat on there, you know, put a little Bengay on it. Girl, it did nothing. It did nothing. In fact, it was so bad, like, I was having come to Jesus meeting with myself. So I had to get up, and I had to go get me a real pill, okay? Like, I had to take a pill for this. And it just reminded me of how so many times we don't realize that we are the pill. Don't nobody want to necessarily pay somebody to do taxes. Don't nobody necessarily want to pay somebody to do their hair. Don't nobody necessarily want to pay somebody to do their content. But the pain of you trying to do it yourself, that is what gets people to get their ass up and to make a move. Does that make sense? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? It's the pain. The pain is too much. You know. The pain is too much, y'all. And so that's what has us doing stuff, hiring people, you know, because the next step, if my pain doesn't get worse, doesn't get better, I gotta go to the doctor, you know. So make sure, so you might be like, listen, I know you don't want to go to the doctor. I know you don't want to go to the doctor. Here's another example of someone who is like a personal trainer. Okay. So, okay, this is the perfect example. And I always used to say this when I would be in my coaching bag, because I used to be a coach. I'm still a coach. I think I'll always be a coach, but I'm just kind of like getting away from that a little bit. But I will always tell clients I'm like a personal trainer for your business. Okay. So a lot of people go to the gym, especially with the new year coming. The new year, new me crowd. Where y'all at? Everybody wants to go to the gym by themselves. Okay? Right? They want to go to the gym by themselves. They feel like, I don't need to pay nobody to, I don't need to pay anybody to help me lose weight. I can do it myself. Knowing good and damn well they ain't never lost weight by themselves. Knowing good and damn well every year is the same thing. Every single year. New year, new me, new year, new me. Like every year. Like clockwork. Okay, they go to the, listen, this is what happened. They get all excited. They make their New Year's resolutions. Okay, this is going to be the year. It's going to be my year. Right? And then what happens? What happens? They go to the gym for about 4 days. Okay? They get that new membership. Planet Fitness always got the 99-cent down. And they sign up. Because Planet Fitness be waiting. They like, oof. Rubs hand like Birdman. They waiting for the new year. Because they know all the new year, new me people is about to show up. And so, new year, new me people showing up. And they go to the gym for 4 days. And guess what? They fall off. Period, point blank. They fall off because they didn't have the discipline already. And that's why y'all tax pros, y'all also gotta have something y'all got going on beyond tax season. Because if all of your target audience, this is a side note, if all of your target audience just use you one time a year, they spend $300, $400, whatever, and that's it, you gonna always be waiting around for tax season to make money. And it's gonna dry up from April to December. So if you want to stop being a seasonal side hustler, you need to find something else to sell your clients other than doing their taxes one time. Okay? You could be doing bookkeeping. If you don't know how to do bookkeeping, you need to take a class. My girl Brittany has a class on bookkeeping. Because those small businesses that you're doing their taxes for, guess what? They need bookkeeping all year. I know as a business owner, baby, I need help. Okay, with my books. My ministry is not numbers. My ministry is marketing. Okay, so I need help. So I know every other business owner need help. If they a chef, no matter if they do hair, and let me tell y'all this for anybody who want to hear this too. We love, as a small business owner, we love having a bookkeeper because of the aesthetics of it. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all a good game right now. Whoever gonna pick it up. We like the aesthetics of it too. Not just the logistical reason of using one, but also because it makes us feel like we a real business. So not only can you do my taxes, you can balance my books every month. You feel me? So that way, you're not just getting a couple of $100 from them in March. You're making money every year because they need you. Going back to my example of the personal trainer. I'm only going to the gym for 4 days because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay? And plus, I lack the accountability. I lack the discipline. I've lacked the investment. I spent 99 cents at Planet Fitness, baby. That wasn't an investment. I'm not invested. But if I hire a personal trainer, oh, they gonna make sure my ass is there. My friend, child, her body is tea. And I'm over here like, how? What? Did you go to Dr. Miami or what? No. She got one of them bodies. Like, girl, send me your plastic surgery. Send me your plastic surgery name. She like, girl, bye. This the gym. And I'm like, ain't no way. But I know her, and I know it's the gym. I know she ain't hit up Dr. Miami. I know she ain't went and sat on nobody's table. She just invested in a personal trainer, and he got that ass right. Okay? So my point is, I went to the gym for 4 days and I was done. I had no investment. I had no accountability. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Not only does the personal trainer get their money, I get the body I want. You feel what I'm saying? I get to finally lose that weight. I get the confidence I need. I get the satisfaction that I committed to something and I saw it through and it made me a better woman. Okay? And so you guys have to take on that persona and that perspective of, I'm making my client better. And you need to feel like that and sit back and be like, yeah, I know. See, some of y'all missing the confidence. You experts, you competent, but you're not confident in yourself and what you bring to the table. That's where it starts. When it comes to content, before we even record a video or do anything, you gotta get in your mind and say, you know what, am I really a lion? Am I really good at my job? You gotta ask yourself that, baby. And that's one of the things that I love to do with my clients. Listen, I hype them up. I'm gonna hype my bestie up. Because I need you to know that you are the shit. When you know you're the shit, the content becomes easy. Because you know who you are. You know what value you bring to the table. And all you got to do is just tell them. You got to tell them. I always say with marketing, you ain't got to sell them. You just got to tell them. You just got to tell them what you do. And who you do it for. And that's another thing when it comes to confidence. When you're confident, you know who you do and who you do not work with. You know who you do this for and who you don't do it for. And there ain't never no question about it. You feel me? It's not no question about it. Because some of us, again, trying to work with anybody and everybody. For example, Here's one thing you could say. I work with people who make over 100K to 200K per year. And you say that and you stand on that. You say that and you stand on that. That becomes a part of your content pillars. That I'm not for everybody. Now, if you are for people who don't make any money at all, I mean, stand on that. You got to stand on that. But when you having a hard time taking care of yourself, it's not because you're not good at what you do. It's because you're serving people who don't have no damn money. Okay? I'm not going to say it's a black thing because I know it's people of all colors in this group. But I want y'all to know that there is no honor in struggle. There's no honor in struggling, being cheap. There's no honor in being a brokey. There is no honor in it. It's going into 2026. Some of y'all been in business 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 20 years. And you still in the same damn position that you've been in. And it's only because you refuse to put some respect on your own name. You feel me? You ain't putting no respect on your own name, my friend. And so that way, that's the reason why people take you for granted, because you ain't popping your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I believe in y'all. That's the thing. I truly, truly love and believe in y'all, and believe that, you guys can have everything you want. You can have whatever it is you want. The success, the notoriety, the reputation. Because I want y'all to think about something. If I could leave something in y'all spirit and y'all word, if y'all never see me again, your business is bigger than you. Okay? Your business is bigger than you. I be seeing some of y'all And y'all have so much pride in your branding, how it looks, your logo. Y'all have so much pride in the aesthetics. And I love that, because sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, right? You got to look like something before you become something. We invest in these offices. We invest in all this stuff. Websites. But some of us ain't making a damn dollar in our business. Okay? Or we're barely surviving. Or we're not running it like a true enterprise. You feel what I'm saying? We're not running it like a true business. We're running it like a hobby. Now, if that's what you made this for, I'm not talking to you. Keep doing what you're doing, baby girl and baby boy. But if you got kids and you see this as something that maybe your family can take over, your kids can take over, your daughters or your sons. Some of y'all got your kids in your business. And I love it. Oh, my daughter do Texas too. Tell me more. Because I love hearing shit like that. That is generational wealth. The tax industry is interesting to me because I come from corporate. And I also come from a little bit of the hood. So I've worked with every kind of business owner, really. But the tax industry is a beautiful thing to me, because it's a way for us as black people and black women to really get a step up in life. So when I see y'all bringing in your kids, I'm clapping. Because see, your daughters that's 18 and 19 and 20, they're not thinking about doing no damn taxes. But y'all putting that in them at a young age so that when it is their time, that you done already built the foundation. But some of y'all building the foundation on quicksand because you won't educate yourself. Y'all know how to do taxes. That ain't never been a question. It's, do you know how to run a business? That is going to be your next phase of what you're doing. It's not knowing the this article and this thing and this site. Y'all smart as hell. But do you know how to run a business that your family can take over? Because marketing is a part of that. Your content is a part of that. Ads is a part of that. But some of us so focused on, I need a flyer. I need a flyer. Like it's 2005. It's not 2005. It's 2025. Okay, so we 20 years later. It's about to be 2026. And some of us are still operating like it's 1996. Okay? Times done changed. And so if you need to educate yourself about this stuff, digital marketing, and this is coming from the most old school young person you ever gonna see. I'm not young, by the way. I told you I got 30, 40-year-old aches and pains. But I grew up cold calling people. Okay? This is from a millennial who we grew up with the internet, right? But with my job, which was sales, baby, I had to pick up a phone and call strangers all day long. So I'm old school too. I love a flyer. I love passing out business cards. Listen, I will go print out business cards today. I still believe in business cards. Because a lot of people that we do business with are older. And so they may not even have an Instagram. For real. The people for real, that got that money. Talking about TikTok. They ain't got no, well, everybody got a TikTok. But they still are traditional in the sense of they got business cards, they do flyers, they like mail outs, they like yard signs and all of, they're into that too. But what your advantage is you understand social media. If you didn't understand social media, you wouldn't be using social media. So you understand the power of social media. Now you got to start using it. Now you got to start using it. And that comes with understanding how to make content. And if you don't want to make content, you need to hire somebody to do it for you. Because when you start making that good content, child, they're going to come out the woodwork. They're going to come out the woodwork, child. For real. They're going to come out the woodwork, child. All your exes. I'm just telling y'all to be prepared for this. Be prepared for this now. Be prepared for this. All your past clients, forget the exes, forget your ex-husbands, forget all your past clients. Girl, you still do taxes? Knowing good and damn well they go on your page. It says they do taxes. Yes, girl. What's up? I need to get you on the books. What's up? Come on. What you got? Send me your stuff. What's up? Another thing y'all don't understand how to do is using AI to create all the stuff that y'all paying people $10,000 for. You could use AI to do that. Job forms, websites, all of that. I'm teaching about it in my class. It's happening tomorrow. And so what I don't want y'all to do is I don't want y'all to fall so far behind that you can't catch up. Because this shit moving fast. You feel me? This shit is moving fast. And there's no reason for you to be behind. There's no reason for you to be left out. It's no come on, like for real, coming from a real woman and a real boss, I want to see y'all all win. I really do. It's no reason not to. You've already invested in yourself. You've already put in the work. Why not take it to the end of the road? Why not really do it? You know, why not really do it? I think now I don't want to make race. It's not about race. But as humans, we've been taught that the honor is in the struggle. That the honor is in the struggle. That the honor is in working hard. And we work hard all by default. But at some point, you got to work strategically. And strategically is thinking ahead and saying, you know what? I'm not always going to be here. Like, that's dead ass for real. You ain't always going to be here. And so you got to think about, well, shit, what's the next step for my family? How do they keep this thing going? Because this is a family office. This is a family affair. How do we keep this thing that I built and put my time and hard work and energy into this? How do I keep it going so that it can feed my family for the rest of their life? I'm telling y'all, and I know y'all know this is why y'all in this industry. Everybody don't do taxes. Everybody, I don't care if y'all see people, this group got 12,000 people in it, other group I'm in got 40,000. Everybody don't do taxes. That's a tiny percentage of the human population. So each and every one of y'all can have 500 to 1,000 customers easily. Or you could say, shit, I just want to work with 100 customers a year. That's paying me $10,000 a year. You can say that. You have the ability to say that. But it starts with, what am I willing to do to get there? What am I willing to invest in to get there? You feel me? A lot of y'all have tax mentors. But most of y'all have no clue about marketing. I've done marketing for, 15 years. And it is the livelihood of your business. Okay? If I've seen it time and time again, that you can be really great at your job. You can be an excellent cook. You could be excellent at braiding hair. You could be excellent at walking dogs. But if your marketing ain't there, you're going to fail. It's going to fail. That is the God honest truth. If your marketing is not there, it's going to fail. And so that's why I see so many people in struggle mode. Not because they're not good at their job, but because they don't know how to market their business. Or they ain't marketing at all. And they're hoping and praying that all they past people come. I was talking to somebody the other day. They past people be like, well, how come we don't hear from you but once a year? Where you been at? Where you been at? Okay, so marketing is about being consistent. It's about being consistently in people's face, understanding their problem, understanding what they need help with, and providing the solution. But you also got to believe in yourself that you're worth marketing your own business. You're worth talking about what you do. You're good at it, right? I can't make you feel like you're good at your job. Because if you're a chef and you really don't feel like your food is that good, of course you ain't going to want to promote it. So you gotta have that. You gotta have that conversation with yourself to say, well, damn, do I know what I'm doing? Do I know what I'm doing? And if you say yes, I do know what I'm doing, say, well, God damn it, I'm gonna make sure people know that. I'm gonna make sure people know I know what I'm doing. And you know what? Not only that, I'm gonna make sure that I'm not working with no people that's pissing me off. Because once you as a business owner become choosy, that's when you win. That's when you win. When you say, you know what? I'm not waiting on them to choose me. I'm choosing them. I'm observing them. Do you have what it takes to work with me? Because I have standards. I have qualifying factors. You got to make a certain amount of money. You got to have a certain situation.